because he victimized your great-grandkids, actually. The one, from 11 to 13, she was being sexually assaulted by him.
On June 3rd, 2025, officers responded to a disturbing call from a mother who had returned home that evening, only to discover her husband and daughter engaged in an unthinkable act. The sheer horror of what she witnessed was evident from her immediate reaction, leaving no doubt about the severity of the situation.
You're absolutely sick, bro. Take your ID so they know who to find when they take your ass in. What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna let this go? You wanted me to take my radio, right? Why can't you say how long has it been? You've been hurt and sitting here treating her like she's your girlfriend.
By the time the woman notified the officers about what she had caught her husband doing, he had already fled the home, prompting an immediate search to locate and take him into custody.
But yeah, you want to stay with him? I'm going to talk to Grandma.
You can probably guess about what happened at the house the other night. Okay. You have to go in front of a judge, essentially. They will say whether you get a bond or you don't get a bond.
The girl's mother, who had been away from home, checked her security camera and noticed her husband, Trevin Gunn, behaving suspiciously around their daughter. Alarmed by what she saw, she rushed home, only to walk in on a horrifying scene. Gunn was sitting on a beanbag with the girl between his legs, engaged in an unthinkable act. Enraged, she immediately tried to call the police, but Gunn became aggressive and snatched the phone from her. Despite his attempt to stop her, she managed to force him out of the house. By the time officers arrived, Gunn had already fled, and his whereabouts remained unknown until deputies eventually tracked him down and took him into custody. But instead of taking responsibility for his actions, Gunn chose to feign ignorance, pretending he had no idea what he had done. It was a desperate attempt to evade accountability, one that only made his situation far worse.
So what I want to tell you is that obviously he's going to be under arrest and he's probably going to have a hard time getting out anytime soon, okay? I don't know if you know anything about the situation that happened.
I don't know nothing about that. I thought they was just breaking up.
It was much worse than that, significantly worse. This car is his girlfriend's?
Yeah.
So are you okay if she comes over and picks us up at any given time? Because that is registered to her only.
Yeah, I know that's her car.
Does that bother you at all?
They want to come get the car. She want to get her car. It's her car.
All right, so right now at this time he's under arrest for 2 Class X felonies and 3 Class 1 felonies.
2 Class X felonies?
And 3 Class 1 felonies. So he's looking at maximum over 100 years.
What?
Over 100 years. At
100
maximum.
years?
Yeah, because he victimized your great-grandkids.
But,
The one, from 11 to 13, she was being assaulted by him.
From 11 for 2 years.
For 2 years.
She's been
By him.
She ended up telling he didn't.
Not just telling, he got caught in the act with her by a girlfriend. That's why there was this response. We've been out here for 2 days watching you. I knew he was here the other day. I came crawling through the neighbor's backyard to make sure that that car. Yes. Okay.
So you've been watching him all the time.
Yeah. Just so you guys, I wanted to keep you in the know. And that's why I'm sorry to scare you, and I'm sorry that he was in your house, and I'm sorry he did that to your great-grandparents. Okay, and hopefully the justice system does what it can. I just want to make sure that Rob can get her car back. That's totally okay with you, and you'll have no issue with that.
No.
Okay, all right. That's all I needed from you, and I'm sorry for this noise and nonsense on your Tuesday. Okay.
Trevin had been hiding at his girlfriend's grandmother's home, believing he had managed to stay out of the law's reach. What he didn't realize was that investigators had already tracked him down and were keeping him under surveillance. However, even after he was confronted, he continued to deny any wrongdoing, refusing to acknowledge the crime he had committed.
Why would this be a thing that they would be recording?
Because they want me out the house. I was just sitting there playing the game on one TV and watching the other TV, and she just came in real mad. Started a big fight and with me. He wanted me to leave. You know what I mean? I didn't leave. I left the next day. No, that's not true, man.
Although Gunn insisted he was being framed, the officers had already gathered enough evidence to support the case against him. At that point, all they wanted was for him to stop hiding behind excuses, admit what he had done, and take responsibility for his actions.
To be honest, I don't know what's going on. To be honest, that's just what I can think of off the top.
Let's go back to Memorial Day, Monday night. It was reported to us that there was an incident that took place between you and that caught you guys in the act of something.
No.
Because she said that that's what that report was. When she came back here where you're saying you guys got in an argument that night, you know that there's cameras in the house. So the camera in the window looking at outside caught the audio of that incident. And it was her confronting you, in which she stated that had her head between your laps and you were nude from the waist down. Is there any truth to that?
No.
The issue is that we have is that both told us that that's her story. And then there was what's called a forensic interview, which went through when you caught her with the boys back in the day. So the son, what was that, 7 years ago or something like that?
Okay.
Another one of those forensic interviews last week. And she confirmed the same information. Why would they both be saying that and you're saying that? Have you ever had any relations with her?
No.
Anytime has she ever touched your face?
No.
Anytime has she ever had her mouth on your face?
No.
Has she touched your face either clothed or unclothed? No. Okay. Why do you think this is all, like, such serious allegations are being made?
I don't know, man. So much hatred in the world. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Despite denying it over and over again, Gunn was eventually taken to court where he faced charges including 2 counts of preparatory criminal sexual assault of a victim under 13, 1 count of criminal sexual assault of a victim aged 13 to 17, and 1 count of criminal sexual assault of a family member under 18. He is currently being held at a detention facility.
Hey, lost! Baby, play! Dude, I don't want to go to jail for something I didn't do. I swear to God, man. She did this.
Thursday, July 10th, 2025, Canton, Ohio. At approximately 9:35 in the morning, officers are dispatched to a house on the 2300 block of 20th Street Northeast. What they find when they arrive is a 32-year-old woman in the backyard, stabbed in the back and was barely alive. A wall of collectible knives hangs inside the home, and the woman holding the account of what happened is the one who raised her.
What happened? She was playing with the knife in the wall. She's autistic. Okay. Me and her were arguing. I went to turn around and have a cigarette out front. And when I turned around, she's getting ready to stab me with a knife. Can
you give me your name?
William Andy.
Oh, you live with her, but not here?
Yeah.
This is who to you?
This is my daughter.
This is your daughter?
Yeah, this is her stepdaughter.
This is your girl?
Used to be married.
Used to be married?
Yeah.
So only she lives here?
Her
the older
husband.
lady?
Her husband lives here.
Oh, where's her husband?
I said go to my house to get my oxygen.
He was here on scene?
As far as I know.
What's his name?
Francis Niner.
Ayla Mangan was 32 years old, autistic, and functioned at the level of a 13-year-old. Everyone in that house knew that. They had known it for years. In the 911 call, Francis Niner told the dispatcher that Ayla had been playing with a knife. The dispatcher asked the obvious question: how does someone stab themselves in the back while playing with it? It was a question Francis couldn't answer, but Terry could.
Are you mom?
I'm stepmom. Well,
Stepmom?
I am her mom. I raised her since she was 1, but her dad, who's back there with her, we were married for 15 years. I raised her, and she's autistic, and she's MRDD. So she has a tendency when she don't get her way, she throws a fit, she throws things, she tries to stab people. She stabbed teachers in school with pencils and stuff. And today, we got into an argument, and she started going on about this. She got her food stamps today, and she's tired of everybody butting into her life. She wants to move out on her own, which she can't do because she's MRDD.
How old is she? What's her actual age?
32. She got mad. She was standing over by where my speaker was, and the knives. My husband collects knives. I never dreamed she was going to grab a big knife like that. So I went outside. I was like, I'm going out to go down. You can ask her dad. I always do that. I walk away from the issue. I come out front to have a cigarette, and when I turned around, all I heard was and she had the knife get ready to stab me. I went to grab it from her, and I grabbed it by the blade part, but it didn't cut me. Yeah. And when I went to go hang it back up, she threw herself backwards while it was in my hand, and it got her, but I thought it got the side of her arm, so I didn't think nothing of it. And my husband would come walking out the room. He's like, babe, you got her. And I was like, what do you mean I got her? And he's like, look. And the next thing I know, she took off running out the back door, and that's when I seen the blood, and I'm like, oh my God. And I said, Ayla, come here, baby, are you okay? And next thing I knew, she dropped, and you could hear the blood, and I'm like, what the please? Is she going to be okay? Is she going to be okay? I would never harm my babies. I got 5 kids and 13 grandbabies. Please, God, let her be okay. Dude, I don't want to go to jail for something I didn't do. I swear to God, man.
Before anyone has told her the outcome, she raises it herself, the question of going to jail, twice, in the same breath as asking if Ayla is okay.
She did this. I don't want to get in trouble for it. I'm going to get sick. Is she going to be okay, man?
I don't know, dear. I really don't know. But we're doing everything we can. You know, we have to make sure that everything's...
No, I get it. I totally get it. I totally get it. I want to know if her dad's okay. My husband went to go get it for him.
Okay, I'll go get it for Francis.
Are there any other people not accounted for or anything that would still be in the house or anything that we need to check on?
No, there's only me, my husband, my dog.
Okay. And then your stepdaughter?
Yeah.
Your daughter, stepdaughter?
I call her my daughter.
Okay.
And I don't want to go to jail for this because I didn't mean it. I would never harm my babies.
I know.
I got 5 kids and 13 grandbabies.
Right.
I love them all.
I'll be back with you in a minute, all right?
Ayla Mangan did not survive. She was treated at the scene, transported to Cleveland Clinic Mercy Hospital, and died shortly after arrival. The wound to her back, the one Terry described as an accident, had been fatal. Canton police initially charged Terry Niner with murder, felonious assault, and domestic violence. Her bond was set at $500,000. Her husband Francis was charged with obstruction of justice, accused of being untruthful to investigators in an effort to protect his wife. When the case went to a Stark County grand jury, it took a different direction. Investigators, based on interviews of witnesses and evidence at the crime scene, did not find any intent by Niner to kill Mangan. The grand jury declined to indict on the murder charge and returned a no bill on the obstruction charge against Francis. The charges were amended to involuntary manslaughter and negligent assault. On September 25, 2025, Terry Niner pleaded guilty. Judge Taryn Heath sentenced her to 3 years in prison. She could be released after a year on good behavior. Ayla's father had planned to attend the sentencing and give a statement, but canceled due to illness. The prosecutor said he explained the plea agreement to Mangan's father and cousin, and neither objected to the terms. She died the same morning officers arrived at that house, before she ever made it out of the ambulance.